What's up, YouTube? It's Gabe Sharp, and it's Friday morning. Thank you all for joining me. Today, just gonna have a pretty quick video. We'll see how quick. So I'm going to answer an email question. Plus, we're going to talk about a small haul that I picked up yesterday. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw the Instagram story in which I was at TJ Maxx. I picked up 5 Peter Millar pullovers for $15 a piece. Great score. Going to talk about that. Hit a thrift store as well. Picked up 5 items there, and also a couple other items from TJ Maxx. I'm going to go over all of that here momentarily. First, I'm going to answer an email question from Brad in California, who just wants to know about getting started on eBay and how to grow your account quickly. This is a question I get a lot, and there really is, in terms of growing your account quickly, you just have to be smart with it. I mean, you really do. You have to be smart with it. You have to follow a very few basic steps and be diligent in doing that, and you can grow it pretty quick. I mean, you're going to have some limits, of course, just the way eBay's step procedure is set up, but you still can do this pretty quick. So I'm going to get into the email first, and then I'll finish up the haul, and we'll go over all of that. So, Brad, the first thing is listing and sourcing intelligently. This is key. This is very key. So if you have a budget, which you should have, setting out to start your business, your eBay business, know what you're looking for. Know what brands, what products, what line of products. Are you selling jeans? Are you selling shorts? Do it, according to season. Whatever you're doing, know what you're looking for. And don't settle for stuff you do not know about. This is a big thing. This is where a lot of sellers get into a lot of mistakes. They will be like, oh, I'm going to go in, I'm going to find these Tommy Bahamas, and I'm looking for, Peter Millar, and I'm looking for these brands and these brands and these brands. And then they'll go out and they'll come out with, well, I bought a brand new Roundtree and York shirt, or you will not be successful if you take that approach. You're going to sit on a lot of items that stay in your account for a long time, and then you're not able to reinvest into more product. Plain and simple. So be smart when it comes to sourcing. Know what you're looking for. Know your price point. Know what you can get on the item. And, stick to it. That's very important. Just stick to it. If you take that approach, you'll be okay. And then in terms of listing, be diligent with listing. List your items quickly. Like I said, don't skimp. Know your price point. And know how long you're going to sit on that item. If you sit on it too long, auction it. Keep products moving. Okay, this is a big thing. You can also take the approach of just getting auctioned items to begin with. If you just want to grow a rapport and you want to get rid of some items like quickly, and you just want to move them out and get your feedback score up, and breeze through some listings just to where you can request more limits, you can take that approach. So it really just depends on the strategy you want to use when starting that business. But listing is important. Being diligent in listing and making sure you're using proper lighting. I mean, I know eBay has tools where you can remove backgrounds and so forth now, but still take good pictures. Make it easier on yourself. Take measurements. Know the chest measurements. Know the sleeve measurements. Know the length of the shirt. Know the inseam of the jeans. Know what a rise is in a jean. Know what a leg opening is. Know these things and detail them. That is very important. The second tip is accuracy in listings. This is very important, and this is where a lot of people really, really hurt themselves. Don't try to get stuff over on people. Plain and simple. Don't list a pair of jeans in excellent use condition if they're not in excellent use condition. Show a nick. If they have a small nick in it, detail that. Take a picture of it, put it in the description. Be accurate with what you're describing. If you take that approach, you'll be okay. But so many people, they'll go to the thrift store, they'll miss something. Oh, I didn't see this spot on the pair of jeans. They may not see it either. So I'm going to list it in excellent condition because I want to get the return I thought I would on it. Then all of a sudden you get a dispute. The customer wants their money back. Now you got to deal with returns. Now you're already in this, because returns hurt. I mean, they do. If your item is not as described, that's going to hurt. When it comes to eBay rating your ability as a seller, that's going to hurt. If you have a high item not as described, you're done. So be truthful, be honest, be accurate in your descriptions. That is one of the most important things I can say right from the beginning. The third is request new limits and reinvest into your business. This is a big key. If you do, for one, you're going to have selling limits. If you start a new account, they're going to give you like 10 to start out with, and then you can up that to 100, and then you can continue to up those limits. But there is a step-by-step process eBay takes to reassure that their sellers are meeting the demand of the public and the buyers who are purchasing those items. And it's understandable. So always request new limits. If you meet those first few guidelines that I talked about, you're listing properly, you're getting good feedback, you'll be able to request new limits every 30 days, and you'll be all good. Even by that second month, when you can start to list 100, I mean, it's 100 items, you know. But reinvesting, that is very important. Do not just spend your profits. If you just spend your profits immediately when you start making a little money on eBay, I mean, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to find yourself with now I can list 100 items, but will I use that, you know, $200 I made to, you know, do whatever with? So now I only have this. I can't really reinvest into, you know, many more products. I'm stuck in the same spot. So you have to reinvest early, really, especially early. I think, you know, through a lot of building your business, honestly and truthfully, like I said, I have two accounts. I have the one that I share with you guys, and I have another that's more retail arbitrage based and wholesale. I do not share that one because that both hurts my business and can harm other sellers. Because the fact is, if I tell you guys the products I go and I get from Walmart every day and list on that account to make money, and then everybody else rushes out to do that as well, it's going to oversaturate the market, drive the value of the product down, and it hurts everybody involved. So I share the clothing with you because thrift stores are a bit different. Thrift stores, we're talking about one-off products. We're talking about clothing that you may or may not be able to find in your area. This, you know, this is what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Me talking about Peter Millar as a brand and how well it sells is going to drive people to go buy up every piece of Peter Millar they find. I accept that. That's okay. But, you know, that's a little bit more in terms of the realm of competition. That's fine. That's the hunt. Though when it comes to retail arbitrage, we're talking about something that completely oversaturate the market and just, you know, kill the bottom line. And that's not what I want to do to me or any fellow servers who are sellers who may be onto that. So that is that's a key. But yes, reinvesting into your product is something that a lot of people just don't stick to. They get away from that. They spend that money on something else. I know life happens. You need money for something. Just know where you're at going into it, you know, and say, this is something I cannot compromise. So reinvest. Request new limits every 30 days. Reinvest into your product. Now, those are 3 tips to really accelerate your eBay business and to get you moving in the right direction quickly. And I hope that helps you, Brad. All right, so we're going to talk about the haul. Like I said, TJ Maxx, local thrift store called Thrift Town. They're not really local. I guess they have a few like spread out here and there, but they're not a huge chain. So I wrote this all down. The way it broke down is I spent $145.77. That's tax and all. And here's what I got. Let's do the Thrift Town haul first. So the way this broke down is I had a coupon for if you spend $30, you get $10 off. So I struggled to find enough items because this thrift store is kind of overpriced, I'm going to be honest. Thing like Joe's Jeans and J Brand, they had some really nice like J Brand, and even a couple pair of like they had a couple pair of 7 for All Mankind men's, but $24.99. I'm just not paying that for used jeans. Not knowing what I'm going to bring back on them. There's just nothing in that for me. It leaves nothing. So, but things I did find. So even these are BKE. This is a buckle brand. These are the Tyler straight legs, and these are a 36 inseam, which is very tall. These move really well for me. They had these priced at $12.99, which is also crazy high. But because of the coupon, combined with some other things I did manage to find, it made it worth it. It turned out to where, so I found 5 items. It was $30.77, so I barely hit the coupon amount. But after the coupon, it was $20.02. So it breaks down to $4 per item. Next up, these are David Baton, Buffalo David Baton. These are the Brady straight leg. These do pretty well for me as well. This is not a brand I typically pick up used. I love to buy them new at like, department stores. But for $4.99 is what they were originally priced. So half off, I got them at $2.50. I'll take them. I can sell them for $29.99. Next up, these are Prana. These are men's hiking pants. They're in excellent condition. Let me see, Prana. I will sell these at $29.98 as well. Next up, these are Tommy Bahama just slacks. These are a bigger size though. They're 42 by 34, which is a good size for me. They sell really well. And these are the flat front. So these are a silk blend, and flat front is the key. I don't deal with anything pleated. I don't sell pleated items. They just don't do well for me, and they just sit around. So there. Like I said, 42 by 34. These are a lyocell silk blend, and they're in excellent condition. And I'll sell those for $29.99. And lastly, of the thrift store finds, this Peter Millar. It's an older model. This is the mercerized cotton. Still in excellent condition. It's a peach and white striped. Nice shirt. So, do pretty well. And I'll sell that at $24.99. Now, the newer items I did pick up, before I get to the one from the Instagram story. So Vince Camuto. This is just a long sleeve button front. It's a nice shirt. Picked it up on clearance, $10. I'll sell it for $49.98. Next up are these Peter Millar. These are the Cool Crown line. Very nice. These are a linen blend, which is awesome. They're linen and cotton. And you can see the tag still on it. $149 retail. So I've actually sold these before. I've sold 2 pair of these in the past. I sold one that was a maroon with the white. And then I've sold this exact pair, the blue and the white. And both pairs before I was able to get $79.99. And I did pay up for these a bit. I paid $29. But like I said, knowing that I can get to $79.99, I have no problem purchasing those. Next up, so lastly, this is the one we all saw yesterday. Peter Millar pullovers, brand new with tags, the Crown Sport line. Let me focus on that. Yeah. It's a $125 MSRP. I have sold these before. So like I said, I picked up 5 of these. So picked up 2 XL, 2 XLs, and then 2 2XLs, and then 1 medium. And like I said, I have sold these before, and every time I sold them, I've got $49.99 on them. So I have no problem selling them at $49.99. And they sold pretty quick for me. And they're lightweight, so the weather will not be really a factor. Long sleeve stuff sells year round. It doesn't matter. There are parts of the country where it's cooler in some way. I mean, people get caught up in the idea because something, it's not, yeah, it's intelligent to kind of, know seasonal activity, of course. But long sleeve, lightweight pullovers, they sell year round for me. I do well with them year round. So, yeah, they were $15 a piece on clearance. I wish they would have had more, because I would have bought out every single one they had. But they had 5. And like I said, $15 a piece, $49.99 is what I'll sell them for. And they should move pretty quick. So let's get into the numbers, the way this breaks down. So like I said, I spent $145.77. My total gross ROI before anything will be $577.88. Now, the shipping is $68. That's what I've calculated. So I added all this up. The shipping will be $68. The fees will be $58.67, which leaves me at a net ROI of $305.44. So $305.44 to list these items. The Peter Millars are going to be some duplicate listings, so I'll just enter a quantity of 2, so they're really just going to be listed once, so it's easy. Listing these items, 2 hours tops. I can list all this in easy 2 hours. And it took me about an hour and a half to source everything. Shipping time, we'll say 5 hours. So $305.44 for about 5 hours of work. That's what this really breaks down to. So I love doing the numbers and letting you know exactly, your return on your time invested, because to me that's very important. I have a lot of things going, so I need to be able to accurately know how much time I'm going to invest into something. My time is valuable. So is yours. Everybody's time is valuable. And especially if you're trying to build something, and building your eBay brand is, that's very important. So know what time you're going to invest into it. Know what your actual return is going to be and how much you are making per hour for what you're purchasing. Plain and simple. If this is the reason I never ever suggest people. I've had so many sellers who, like I said earlier, they go and they buy like Roundtree in New York and all these weird brands that are not going to really bring much of a return. They may sell them and get $3 or $4, or the items that are everyday items that you find and they buy them up just to make $3 or $4. Even that, I mean, you really have to understand what you're putting into the process. How much time does it take you to list? Okay, so great, you found 30 items at $2 a piece. How much time is that going to take you to list those items? And how much are you really going to see in return? How much did you end up making per hour for your time invested? Really look at these things, break these down, know what you're getting into. This all goes back to what I was saying in the email question earlier. Know where you are before you go into it. Know everything, what you're going to make, what you're going to spend, what brands you're looking for, and have a plan, a business plan. You do all of those things, you'll be just fine. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And once again, it feels great to be back on YouTube. If you like the video, if you find these enjoyable, helpful, whatever the case may be, down below, click that like button, subscribe. I would be very appreciative, and hit that bell for notifications when I have new content available. Thank you guys so much. See you soon.